Hey friends, I want to talk about another strategy idea which is very, very, very fundamental to my approach to my work and to the Service Guild, everything I've done for years now and will keep doing, which is the concept of alliances. And the idea here is that this is an important social relationship where someone can be your friend, they can be your collaborator, but they can also be your ally. And you can be allies with an individual and you can be allies with an organization or group, but you can have positive, beneficial, mutually directed relationships where you are seeking each other's benefits actively, and that's called an alliance. It's like two friends. If you take two friends who have been friends for a long time, you care about each other and you want each other to succeed. You look out for each other, and if you know that they're looking for a job, you might send them relevant job listings, and if you know that they're seeking a partner, you might try to set them up with someone, or if you think that they'd be friends with one of your other friends, you might introduce them, or if you see an article that you think that might be interesting to them, then you send it to them. That's just friendship. And an alliance is like that, but again, between individuals or groups, or an individual and a group, or two groups, and it's with a view towards flourishing in one's work and projects and making sure that you succeed. So you can have sort of what Samo Buria would call narrow alliances, which is maybe you make a temporary context-specific alliance about a specific project or a specific topic. Like, I don't know, in 2021, I hired a videographer to help me record my animated music video. That was a short-term, narrow alliance where it was like, you're helping me with this one project. I haven't talked to that person since then. They helped me, they did a great job, but we're not in contact. We're not supporting each other. We have no enmity. He's not my enemy, but we're not actively in touch or helping each other. That would be a narrow alliance. And the alternative to that is a broad alliance. So this is where you like someone and whether it's an individual or group, and you're like, you're good. I want you to succeed. I want you to succeed broadly in all the things that you do. And I will look out for you and help you to succeed in every way that I can. And you actively look for ways to help each other. Ideally, an alliance is mutual. It's not just one directional, and it's over time, and it's broad, where it's like, I'll help you in any way I can. And there may be specific ways you can't help each other or don't want to, but like in general, you are like, yeah, I approve of you and what you're doing. I think the work you're doing is really important, and I want you to succeed in it, and I will do what I can to help you. This is basically like the I believe in you spell that I talk about with empowerment. It's like, but on the, can be on the collective scale. It's like, yeah, we're an alliance. And one of the key interventions to do if you are allies, well, first off is just to acknowledge it and be like, hey, we're allies here. Let's make that explicit. It's like any other kind of relationship where you make it explicit, like, this is what we are to each other, and we want to help each other, and we'll do what we can. And the other intervention that's really important is what I would call mutual situational awareness, where you keep each other apprised of what you're doing. And, for example, I send my allies my Patreon update. Every month I write an update about what I'm up to and what projects I did that month. And I just send that to people because I want them to have awareness of what I'm up to. And they may read it, they may not read it, but I want them to have that information available and tell them, hey, here's what I'm up to. Here's the projects I'm working on. Here's what the love department is working on. Here's what the curiosity department is working on. Here's what the empowerment department is working on. Here's what's happening with the guild. I want you to know. And then often things move. They're like, hey, did you consider this? Or I'm sending this to this person. Or I want to introduce you to this person. Or have you tried this solution to this problem you describe? That's the conditions for good consequences. Just mutual situational awareness between allies who support each other, want each other to flourish on the long term, is the conditions for good consequences. You can't know in advance who will help you with what problems they'll help you to solve, what you'll be able to help your allies with, but just having mutual situational awareness where you know what's happening with them and they know what's happening with you. Again, whether it's at the individual or the collective scale in either direction, that's the conditions for good consequences. And also having lots of alliances with lots of people who are varied and all over the world and have different skills and different perspectives. That's also the conditions for good consequences. So I broadly seek friendships and alliances with as many people and as many organizations as I can. I try to maintain good relations and good alliances with as many people and organizations as I can. And having that playbook has worked well for me for a long time and has worked well for the Service Guild now that it exists. And knowing about those alliances and being explicit about them, cultivating mutual situational awareness, all of that has been incredibly valuable. And I'm grateful to all of my allies that have helped me so far. I love helping my allies and looking out for them and helping them to succeed. And it's a really precious relationship to be peers in doing work together where you're not necessarily working on the same things or the same projects, but you approve of each other, you support each other, and you do what you can specifically, tactically, practically to help each other. So I really recommend having alliances, cultivating alliances, being explicit about your alliances, developing mutual situational awareness with your allies. And I hope that this idea will be useful to you. If you have any thoughts about it, feel free to say so in the comments, and I'm sending you lots of love.